guys. Hi, hello. Hey guys, what's up? If you know who I am, hey guys, what's up? It's Daniela. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Daniela. And I've been making mediocre videos on the internet for 12 years. So if that's the type of content that floats your boat, then you should subscribe. Yeah, I wanted to film this video on my balcony, but it is raining. So I don't think that's going to work. And I have yet to film on my balcony, by the way. I'm going to eventually. But yeah, it's raining. So that's out of the question. But anyway, today I want to give a little update on the camera saga, because if you have been watching my recent videos, you have probably come to the conclusion that when I say I've been making mediocre content, you know, lately it's been heavy on the mediocre, because the quality, not so much the video quality. I think the video quality is decent, but the audio quality has been not great, to say the least. Today I kind of want to update that, because I think I have finally come up with a temporary solution to it. I say temporary because you know, this is going to create a little bit of extra work for me. So, but this is still a good solution until I get like a new camera. And the thing is, like, this all happened like at a time that I can't really afford like the most expensive like professional camera. Like, I work retail. Like, I don't have all the money in the world, and like, I still want to like continue making videos, but basically, if you don't know what happened, I explained it in my previous videos, but just to kind of like give a refresh on what happened. My old camera, all of a sudden it started glitching out on me. It was at random times, it would fade to black randomly as I was recording. And I could not figure out why it was happening. It was the weirdest thing. I'd never seen anything like that before. And it was just so weird. I had brought it to my dad, because my dad is like good with this type of stuff. Like, he is an engineer. Well, both of my parents are engineers, actually. My dad works with like computer chips and stuff. My mom works with like software. So anyway, so I had my dad look at it, and he kind of played around with the settings, and he managed to fix it. And so I thought it was all good until it started happening again, like just out of the blue. It just happened again. And I called my dad. I was like, how did you fix it? 'Cause like, it's happening again. And I sat there for so long playing around with the settings. I could not figure out for the life of me. I even went to like freaking ChatGPT, and I tried to ask ChatGPT on like how to fix it. ChatGPT could not really help me. It tried its best, so kudos to ChatGPT, but I just couldn't, like, nothing that it was telling me to do was working. So yeah, so then I tried to take it to get it repaired, because I found like a camera repair place. So I went there to try to get it repaired, and I explained the situation, and then they told me that for the specific problem I was having, they wouldn't be able to fix it there. They were going to have to send it to the manufacturer to get it repaired, and that would probably take a month to 2 months. And I was like, yeah, that's probably not going to work. I don't really want to wait that long and be without a camera for that long. So in that moment, I just decided I'm going to buy a new camera. I'm going to buy the cheapest camera that I can find, because I don't have a lot of money. And basically what my plan was, because I know what you're thinking, like, Daniela, if you are broke, how did you, with what money did you buy this camera? So essentially, earlier this year, for a few months, I was only there for a few months because I was working at this place until my lease was up for my old apartment, because I was gonna move into this apartment, which is in a different, it's not in the same area. So yeah, anyway, so I was only working at this place for a few months, but essentially earlier this year, for a few months, I worked at a deli, and I would bus tables a lot, and sometimes people would leave cash tips at their table for the busser to collect it, and it's a tip. And also, by the way, yes, I did check with my managers to make sure it was okay for me to pocket the money before I pocketed it, because I did not want to get in trouble, because I know like some jobs like don't want employees to collect tips. So yeah, and they told me it was all good. So so anytime someone left cash at their table, I would put it in my purse because it was a tip. I had let this cash kind of like sit in my purse. I didn't really have any plans on what I was going to do with it. And then when this thing happened with my camera, I decided I'm going to use it to buy a new camera. I counted all the cash. I had a couple $100s in there. So I figured that was enough for, you know, a cheap but decent camera. So I bought the cheapest camera I could find. Which, even though, like, it was cheap, it wasn't suspiciously cheap. It was still kind of the price I expected, like, a camera on the cheaper side to be. It was kind of in the same ballpark as my previous cameras, which none of them have been, like, the most professional, like, expensive cameras, but they've still been decent, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so I didn't suspect that any of this was gonna happen. Yeah, so I bought this camera with the cash that was in my purse, and that was that. Yeah, I think I low-key got duped. I low-key got duped, because come to find out, the audio sucks. Yay! We love that. We love terrible audio. Yay! Yeah, the audio sucks. It was really muffled. And I was completely unaware of this until, like, because, you know, like, if you go back a couple videos on my channel, like, the first video that I filmed with this camera, which I think was, like, 2 videos ago or something, you will see me being all excited about my new camera. And as I was recording that video, I was completely oblivious to the fact that the audio was going to be literal crap. I was completely oblivious to that. And like I was just not expecting it, and then I didn't even like realize it until I was about to upload that video, and like I like watched it back and I was like, why is the audio terrible? And at that point, like I probably should have like refilmed it, but I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, what is refilming it gonna do? The audio is still gonna be the same. And I just wanted to like announce that I got a new camera, so I posted the video anyway, and I decided I'm going to eventually figure out how to fix the audio. That just might take some time. So then I kind of played around with the settings, but I could not figure out for the life of me how to fix the stupid audio. So I was like, what is going on? And also, like, I know, like, I could literally just use my phone camera. Like, some YouTubers literally do that, and phone camera quality these days is actually pretty decent. However, I have some, like, complications with that, because number one, and I know both of these are, like, easily fixable solutions, and I know these are not good excuses, but this is just the truth on why it's a little complicated for me, and it's something that I still have to figure out. But number one, often when I make videos, especially videos where I sit down and talk about stuff, I like to take notes on my phone to kind of keep me, like, to just kind of keep a record of what I want to talk about. And that's a little hard to do when I'm also using my phone to record. Now, I know there's other things I can do, like pen and paper, or I could use, like, my laptop or my iPad or whatever. So yeah, and like those are perfectly good solutions. I don't really have anything against those, but that's just, I just always have used my phone. So yeah. Number 2 is I barely have any storage space left on my phone, which I know, like, I need to take care of that. I really do. But it's a little complicated because it's like, I think what's taking up a lot of my storage space is my photos. And I do save my photos to the cloud, but I save them not to iCloud because I ran out of space on there a long time ago. So I use like Google Photos and all my photos back up on there. The problem is if I delete something from my phone, if I delete a photo from my phone, it also deletes from Google Photos. It's like, that's something I need to figure out. Maybe I need to like clear my space on iCloud and just use that. I don't know. That's something I'm going to figure out at a different time though. But bottom line is, I can't really delete all my photos from my phone because they're going to delete on Google Photos too, but they're also taking up space on my phone. So I barely have any storage space on my phone that's like not being taken up by my photos that I cannot even delete from there. Yeah. So anytime I try to record a video on my phone, I always will run out of storage space unless it's like a short TikTok video or something. But these YouTube videos, you know, I tend to talk a lot in these YouTube videos. Like this video is 11 minutes now. I've been recording for 11 minutes. There's no way I'd be able to do that on my phone without it running out of storage. And yes, I need to figure that out. But that's going to be for a later time. So with all that being said, and also just in general, for like the entire time I've been making videos, I've always used like a dedicated camera. That's just what I'm used to. And, yeah, like that's just kind of how I have adjusted and how my life is adjusted. So it's just always what's worked for me. So yeah. So it's a little hard to like, divert from something you're used to, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah. So, that being said, so I bought a new camera and I think admittedly, I probably should have done more research, before just jumping on this. But at the time I was just like, I just need a new camera. Like, I don't really want to wait, you know? So I was just like, I'm just going to buy whatever, like, I can afford with the cash I have in my purse. And again, you know, I figured like I have enough cash for a camera that might not be the most like bougie camera out there, but is still decent. And really, like, I just wanted something that was going to be decent. You know, I wasn't trying to, like, you know, this is a passion project of mine and I don't make money off of my videos. I literally do this just as a hobby. So, yeah, so I just wanted something that was going to be decent, but wouldn't like break the bank, you know? Anyway, so I bought a new camera, you know, it's all good. I'm really excited about it. And then I find out that the audio is trash. So then I was like, how am I going to fix this? So I started kind of thinking of ideas, and, this camera does have a thing for an external mic. So I figured, you know, I'll just find like a cheap external mic and I'll use that. So I went on Amazon. I found a mic that was literally less than $10. I read the reviews to make sure it was still going to be decent. It had good reviews. So I bought it. And then I started using it. I was testing it out. I started using it. And then I realized it did improve the audio, but barely. Like, not enough to really, like, notice a difference. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? At least, like, I literally only spent $8 on it, so it's not like I was out a lot of money. So I was like, whatever. But I was just a little bit annoyed that, like, even that didn't work. And that was my B-reel, by the way. I'm going to do that after I finish recording. Anyways, I was just more annoyed that, like, now I have to go back to square one because that didn't really fix it either. So I tried to figure out more solutions, and I think I have figured out a temporary solution. And so what I'm doing now is I have my iPad recording I'm recording on my voice memos app, and I'm going to use that as the audio. And so you're going to get that audio, which is at least decent, instead of the audio from my camera. So that's what I'm doing for now. Again, this is not going to be a forever thing because it is a little bit of extra work in editing. But I think this will be a good band-aid to the solution until I get a camera that I don't have to do all of this. So anyways, yeah, I hope that the audio is better. I hope that this works. I'm counting on it. And again, I just really apologize for the dip in the quality lately. It just sucks that this happened. And this happened at a time that, like, you know, I have a minimum wage job. I can't even really afford to fix this in like an easy way. But yeah, anyway, that's all I really wanted to say. Yeah, before I ramble on, I'm going to end this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I will see you guys, the subscribers and viewers, in my next video. Peace out, y'all. Woo!